Almost a decade back, I carried foods such as protein powder, protein bars, almonds, etc. whenever I left my house. This was to ensure I never missed eating a protein-rich meal every 2 to 3 hours. I was super dedicated to this way of eating as I was convinced it was the only way to achieve a perfectly lean and muscular body. I even habituated myself to eating 5 to 7 small protein-rich meals a day. I planned, prepared and cooked all my meals in advance, and I even set an alarm for every 3 hours to remind me to eat. I followed through with this eating pattern for a long time, almost a decade, but eventually it started to affect me. It started to affect my work as the moment I finished a meal, I started thinking about the next one. Worst of all, I hardly saw any results. Sure, there are other variables for building a lean and muscular physique, and these variables are not limited to nutrient timing. Still, something inside me was screaming that there is a better approach. While my friends and family appreciated my dedication, somewhere deep inside, I was worried about how I would be able to live like this in the long term. If you have read my story, you know I ditched conventional wisdom sometime between 2010 and 2011 and started researching better and smarter ways of building my physique. And one of the things that I've learned was meal frequency matters less when it comes to muscle building. Armed with this fact, I limited my feeding window to 8 hours a day and ate only 2 main meals and 1 to 3 snacks in a day. In this video, we shall explore the following. What is protein timing? Are pre-workout and post-workout shakes or meals important for muscle building? And my final conclusion and my recommendation. Protein timing is a dietary strategy of consuming protein at specific times to maximize muscle building. The specific times could be before, during, and after your workouts. It could be right before bed, the moment you wake up, or in some cases, even in the middle of the night when you wake up to drink your protein shake. Yes, I've done this too a few times. When the concept of protein timings comes up, it is usually associated with muscle building by accelerating muscular repair and recovery. Consuming your protein shake immediately post-workout is a very controversial topic, and people have strong opinions about it. For example, your gym trainer will most likely suggest a conventional method where you ingest a fast-acting protein, probably whey protein, 30 to 45 minutes before your workout, and most importantly, another serving immediately, that is within 1 hour post-workout, to maximize muscle building, or else they'll say you lose your gains. You may have heard of the term anabolic window of opportunity or the golden window of opportunity, which refers to the claim that there is a limited time frame, usually around 60 minutes, within which a trainee should ingest fast-acting proteins and simple carbs to enhance and optimize training-related muscular adaptations. This window of opportunity is often considered the most critical part of nutrient timing, especially for trainees whose main goal is muscle hypertrophy. The experts who supported this nutritional strategy provided the following logic. First, working out and exercising breaks down muscle fibers. Second, exercising also results in the depletion of glycogen and amino acid reserves. Therefore, a high quality protein and simple carbohydrates in a given ratio, usually 1:2, is essential to prevent further muscle breakdown and may even supercompensate for the effects of exercise and facilitate muscle tissue regeneration and restoration of glycogen stores. Key study number 1. In 2013, top researchers in the field of bodybuilding nutrition, Alan Aragon and Brad Schoenfield, published a study in the International Journal of Sports Nutrition titled Nutrient Timing Revisited: Is There a Post-Exercise Anabolic Window? The purpose of this paper was to review existing scientific literature that supports the claim of an anabolic window and provides recommendation on how one can maximize muscular growth through nutrient timing. Here are some of the key findings of this study. Evidence that supports the anabolic window of opportunity is far from definite. only in the case of fasted training, usually an overnight fast, would it make sense to have an immediate post-workout shake consisting of simple carbohydrates and protein. Now, since not many people engage in fasted training, the timing of a post-workout meal or shake will vary depending on what a person had before his workout. Now, if a trainee has a pre-workout meal 1 to 2 hours before their workout, this meal can easily act as both a pre and a post-workout meal. To support this claim, a study stated that taking only 6 grams of essential amino acids before exercises elevate blood and muscle amino acid level by 130%, and these levels remain elevated for up to 2 hours post-workout. So overall, if a trainee consumes a pre-workout protein shake or has a protein-based meal, this meal also acts sufficiently as a post-workout meal. The anabolic effect of a meal lasts approximately 3 to 6 hours. This means if you eat your pre-workout meal more than 3 to 4 hours before your workout, the need for a post-workout meal becomes vital to maximize muscular growth. Lastly, there was a lack of cohesive data on the importance of carbohydrate timing, suggesting that total carbohydrate intake is more important than timing of pre or post-workout meals or snacks. Now guys, keep listening until the end. I will provide you a complete list of practical guidelines based on various lifestyle choices and describe how you can use nutrient timing, particularly protein timing, to maximize muscular growth and recovery. Key study number 2. In 2009, Hoffman et al. Did a study on the effect of protein supplement timing on strength, power, and body composition changes in resistant trained men. 33 resistant trained men were randomly assigned to one of 3 groups. Now, the first group ingested a protein supplement in either the morning or evening. Another group was asked to drink protein shakes before and immediately after workouts. And the third was a control group and did not use any protein supplements. At the end of the 10 weeks, the authors saw no significant differences among the group. There was no change in the body fat percentage, nor any added strength, power, or hypertrophy gains. Key study number 3. In 2013, Brad Schoenfield, Alan Aragon, and James Krieger conducted a meta-analysis of randomized control trials, which is the gold standard when it comes to the quality of the studies. This is the first meta-analysis of the long-term effect, 6 weeks or more, of consuming protein around workouts and its impact on strength and hypertrophy adaptations. The sample size was large, 478 subjects for strength outcomes and 525 subjects for hypertrophy outcomes. Key outcomes of this meta-analysis. Evidence does not support the claim that pre-workout or post-workout consumption of protein enhances strength or muscle building. The anabolic window of opportunity is much wider, 4 to 6 hours post-workout instead of less than 1 hour as earlier believed. This was also concluded in the study 1 that we discussed. The overall protein intake in a day matters more than when it is consumed. Another study concluded that intermittent fasting, which requires a person to limit the feeding window, does not affect muscle growth. So guys, in conclusion, protein is awesome. It has essential functions in the human body, and when you're active, protein requirement increases. If your goal is to lose fat and build muscle, you must consume 1.2 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight every single day. Now, before worrying about protein timings, try to build dietary habits that ensure your total protein intake is within the above range. If you are into strength training, CrossFit, or any other high-intensity workouts, aim for the higher end of the range, that is 1.6 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Only when you can consistently consume the optimal amounts of protein discussed in this range should you start worrying about protein timings. Now, let me provide you practical guidelines for protein timings to maximize muscular growth and recovery. Let's help Rocky get his protein timing right based on his preference, tolerance, and lifestyle choices. Now, Rocky weighs 70 kilos and his goal is to maximize muscle strength and hypertrophy. So let's put Rocky in 3 lifestyle scenarios and understand the best strategy in each case with regard to protein timings. Lifestyle number 1, fasted workout in the morning. So 7 a.m. Rocky does a morning fasted workout. So 8 a.m. he should immediately have a post-workout and consume around 1 scoop of whey protein. If Rocky does not take supplements, he should have a high protein breakfast immediately after his workout. For the rest of the day, Rocky can focus on eating 1.6 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of his body weight divided into a few meals. Lifestyle number 2, afternoon workout. So let's say Rocky has a high protein breakfast at around 10 a.m. and he consumes a pre-workout snack comprising of 30 grams of protein, and 3 p.m. he does his workout. Now the question is, should Rocky consume his pre-workout snack or meal immediately after his workout, or can he delay it? Now, based on the above research, we know that the anabolic effect of a meal lasts between 3 to 6 hours. For a small meal or a snack, the anabolic effects last 3 to 4 hours, and for a larger meal, usually between 500 to 1000 calories with protein intake close to 50 to 70 grams, the anabolic effect lasts 5 to 6 hours. Now, Rocky had a small meal at 1 p.m., so he needs to consume a post-workout meal or a snack immediately after his workout at around 4 p.m. He prefers to have a post-workout whey protein supplement which has roughly 24 grams of protein. The recommended doses of pre and post-workout protein is close to 0.4 to 0.5 kilograms of lean body mass. And since Rocky weighs 70 kilograms, if we assume his body fat percentage is 15%, his lean body mass is 59.5. Let's round it off to 60 kilograms. Ideally, Rocky should consume 0.4 into 60, which is 24 grams in both his pre-workout and post-workout meals, and these meals should not be separated by more than 4 hours. Lifestyle number 3, evening workout. So let's say he has 1 p.m. he has a heavy lunch, and 5 p.m. he works out. Now Rocky has a meeting after his workout for about an hour, and his partner has made a sumptuous dinner for him. Rocky estimates it will be close to 9 p.m. when he has his dinner. So what should he do in this case? Now, even though Rocky has a heavy lunch, an anabolic effect of the meal could last up to 6 hours, the effect will only last up to 7 p.m. To maximize and support the hypertrophy gains, Rocky needs to have a post-workout protein shake at 7 p.m. But he thinks that this shake may spoil his appetite for dinner. In that case, he should have a pre-workout shake comprising 24 grams of protein 30 to 45 minutes before his workout, which will give him ample time to have his dinner. So guys, this was all about protein timings. I hoped you enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash the like button. It helps with the rankings. Consider subscribing and hit the bell icon if you want to be notified when a video like this will come out. Ciao.